What's up, you all? We got I'm a little late today. Sorry about that. Um, Hope y'all are still with me though. What's up, Rena? Bina? What's up, y'all? See a goddess Navi, Prudence. What's up, y'all? We're here today. Gonna get started. Part 2 of Jesus Ain't Black and You Ain't Either. And we talk about being black. We really know that being black isn't based on looks because nobody's actually black, nobody's actually white. So this should be common sense for anybody listening. And also, if you were to teach colors to a child, you would never use people to do it. You would use the actual color. So clearly, black and white don't have anything to do with appearance, but they have something to do with a person's status, whether it be politically, socially, we may even say economically. Oh, what's up, Jacinta Reeve from Australia? Good day, mate. She's from down under, out there on the Bobby. But what's up to Life and Times? So basically, the whole point of me saying that Jesus ain't black and you ain't either is to get us off of this ideology of blackness. Being black was something that was given to you to be. And so I always say to be black is to be controlled. So you got to understand that you being black is something that is controllable. If you think about it, black people have to vote Democrat. Black people have to know how to dance. Black people have to have some ties to the streets. Black people have to be oppressed. Is that my water in here? I got to go and get my water, man. Ugh. Let me go and get my water before I get started. I'll be right back. I thought I had my water, y'all. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. I forgot what I was saying, but let me just get into my videos. I forgot what I was saying. But my overall point is that to be black is to be controlled. And so black as a status or black as a descriptor is controllable. So if a person is black, and matter of fact, you all know this, when you're black, people already assume what you believe, especially politically. Like no other race has an automatic assumed political affiliation, but black people do. So when black people walk into the room, everybody assumes that they're Democrats, they're liberal and all that stuff. But that's by design though. But let's get into it though. Let's get into it. And let's get into it. Now there was let me play this one.
Your dad in your life growing up?
I had a dad and my mom. Yes, I did. Did you?
What did your dad teach you about racism growing up?
My dad taught me that you always have to go the extra mile because of the fact of your color of your skin.
So there's your problem, because as a grown man, you should have by now figured out that that's not the case.
Oh, no. Let me explain. I went and worked for Norfolk Southern Railroad. The first thing I saw when I got to the job, they had a noose hanging up in the
Who's
building.
they? Who's they? Who's this proverbial they?
I just told you the company. It was something they had built. They said, oh, it was nothing, but it was something to me.
Now, I want you to think about this for a second. Now, you go to a job and they have a noose hanging, and you assume the noose is for black people. So my question is, why would you stay? You go to a job and there's a noose hanging, and you assume the noose is about black people. So why would you stay? Keep in mind that using nooses didn't start with black people. Just like lynchings didn't start with black people. None of these things are exclusive to black people. They're not. They were doing these things before this quote unquote black thing even happened. So if you believe that the noose was directed towards black people, then why would you stay on the job? So he's already killed his own argument. He's already destroyed his own argument because he's saying, even though I feel the job is racist, I still want to work there. This is why you always hear me say that black men are cowards, because what black men do is they hide behind racism and the white man. So that way, when you see them doing something that's deplorable or cowardly or despicable, they can say, well, I had to do it because all the system is racist. Everywhere I go, there'll be racism. So I have to work somewhere. So let me work at this job, even though they're racist. This man said that his dad told him that he had to work 5 times harder. I don't know, or 10 times harder. I don't know very many black people that work 10 times harder at anything. I'm sorry, I don't. I've worked with black people in corporate America, black corporate America, white corporate America. I've rarely seen black people work 10 times harder than somebody else. I haven't seen it. I'm sorry. Imagine what they're saying. Imagine if what that is say, if that saying is true, then black folks would be the best employees because you're working 10 times harder than everybody else. I don't believe it. Nobody believes it. If that was true, then the babies would be able to read. If that was true, then the babies would be able to read and write and do math. It's just not true, because that kind of work ethic would be passed on to the children. If black folks were conditioned to work 10 times harder than white people, that kind of work ethic would translate to the children, and they will be able to read and write and do math. So we know it's not true. We know it's not true. Let's start over.
In your life growing up?
I had a dad and my mom. Yes, I did. Did you?
What did your dad teach you about racism growing up?
My dad taught me that you always have to go the extra mile because of the fact of your color of your skin.
So there's your problem, because as a grown man, you should have by now figured out that that's not the case.
Oh, no. Let me explain. I went and worked for Norfolk Southern Railroad. The first thing I saw when I got to the job, they had a noose hanging up in the building.
Who's they? Who's this proverbial they?
I just told you the company. It was something they had built. They said, oh, it was nothing, but it was something to me.
Something to you. So, you don't know the backstory. You don't know anything about it. Okay. You're programmed and indoctrinated to believe that America is a racist country. And so that's the lens through which you see this country. And so
you just told me that I didn't experience anything when you weren't there. You allegedly told me something that you allegedly thought, but you weren't there.
I know that the talking.
Sir, what did you experience? You went to a job and they had a noose hanging, but that's him saying it's a noose. You know, black people, Juicy Smollett said he had a noose around his neck, and it was just rope. So you know that when black folks just see rope hanging, they call it a noose. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When black folks say something is racist, I don't even trust them. If a black person sees a piece of rope, it could be a piece of string hanging, black folks gonna call it a noose. Black folks are that programmed and indoctrinated to where this man saw a rope hanging. I don't believe it was a noose. I believe it was a rope hanging, and he said it was a noose. I don't trust him. This is the same guy that I went live with, and at the end of the live, the dude told me he wanted to come have drinks with me. Most of these guys, you know, I am Mitch and all of them, most of them are LGBTQP, don't forget XYZ community, because they always seem at the end of it want to come and have drinks. I just don't. I say, listen, man, I'm not with that. Stop trying to solicit me. It's really sexual harassment. But he saw some rope hanging and just said it was a noose. I don't believe it. So
points that y'all used.
You know how many times they called us, oh yeah, you guys. And they knew it was us. They described the blacks as you guys there.
So my question is, if they got a noose hanging and they're calling you guys, why are you working there? Think about how spineless of a person you have to be to believe that you are experiencing racism and you don't say anything, you don't do anything, you just quietly go to work and mind your business. So when I say that the black man is a coward, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. He doesn't have a backbone because the black man has an excuse. And his excuse is the country is racist, so that means I have to endure these things to make money.
Y'all always have a problem with something. Y'all always trying to do this. Y'all always trying to do that. They use these words with us.
Because everything is racist to you. Like just
no, it's not. It's like, truthful.
Why are you emotional about it? Like, who the hell cares what somebody thinks about you? Like, who cares? Like, if
it doesn't matter what
this job because.
Now, keep in mind, this guy he's talking to is triple jab with Boost Mobile, and he Boost Mobile and he's T-Mobile. So just let you know that he's with all the agendas. So, you know, they jab. So he's with every agenda. But just imagine a grown man going to work and he sees a rope hanging. He gonna say it's racist. If he saw a piñata hanging, he would say it was racist. He would say the piñata is hanging, it was shaped like a donkey, and we had to use donkeys to plow the field during slavery. Like, this is how their mind works. I don't listen to black folks when they say something is racist. I don't listen to them because I know 9.9 times out of 10, it's just emotional. It's just them being emotional and insecure about something.
If you don't think and make it at this job because you think your boss is right, like, leave that job and go find another job. Start a business. Like, this is America. You have the freedom to do that.
Now, I got somebody on here saying, are you putting everybody in this category? Now, look at the question she asked me. Are you putting everybody in this category? And then I got to go. As if she announces she's going to leave, I'm going to beg her to stay. I tell all of y'all to kick rocks. To be black is to be controlled. Y'all are mental slaves. And I mean what I say. I'm not mincing my words. To be black is to be controlled. That means when you wake up and say that you are black, you are already at odds with God. You are already waking up living a contradiction. Your skin is brown. You're calling yourself black. You wake up every day living a contradiction. That means your whole existence is a lie and it's chaotic. Imagine waking up every day calling yourself something and it's not true. That is causing spiritual and psychological damage to the person. This girl said, are you putting everybody in that category? Yes, I am. There's an old saying that says a hit dog will holler. So if I'm talking and you put yourself in that group, then it's you.
Was your dad in your life growing up?
I had a dad and my mom. Yes, I did. Did you?
What did your dad teach you about racism growing up?
My dad taught me that you always have to go the extra mile because of the fact of your color of your skin.
So there's your problem, because as a grown man.
Okay. So again, the notion of this extra mile that black folks have to do, they have to be 10 times this and 10 times that, is a lie. because it would be reflected in the culture. Just like when they say that the trauma from slavery got passed down through the DNA, I always counter that with, okay, what about the good stuff? What about the work ethic? What about you all claiming y'all was working 20 hours a day? Did that get passed down? How about you all getting married? Did that get passed down? How about you all want to know how to read at the risk of death? Did that get passed down? Why is it that only the negative stuff gets passed down? Because it's BS. What I'm saying to you all right now, I said at that Confluence conference, and the black folks, they thought I was crazy. They thought I was nuts when I said this. They don't even understand that what they're saying makes no sense. If stuff is getting passed down through the DNA, why would only the bad stuff get passed down? If you look at animals, everything gets passed down to the animal, the recessive traits and the traits for survival. So like with an octopus, right? The octopus can squirt out ink and change its skin color to blend in. That is a trait that's passed down. But there also may be some weaknesses that pass down from octopus as well. Why is it when it comes to black people, only the negative stuff gets passed down? Because it's not true. Slavery ain't making these Negroes do nothing that they're doing today. It's not slavery. On one side of the argument, black people say, we don't know our history. Then on the other side of the coin, they say, because we know our history, we can't function in society. Which one is it? It's foolish. It's foolish. But let's continue.
Believers care about the state of Israel and then turn around and not care about the state of Israel. How'd that work? Because on one hand, you are willing to sacrifice and fight wars on behalf of Israel and then turn around and wage wars against Israel. Or on the other hand, y'all are quick to say, oh, we need to pay reparations to Israel, and then turn around and quickly oppose paying reparations to Israel. You say that we
just think about this for a second, right? Black people say that the government is racist, but yet they expect the racist government to get in reparations. It just doesn't make any sense. If you talk to the average black person, they are clueless about what's going on in the world, clueless. This girl literally thinks that black people are Israel and not God's people being Israel. These folks actually believe that because they look a certain way, they're automatically going to get to go be with God. This is insanity. And we can all agree that how someone looks today is not how they looked 2,000 years ago. This is common sense. It's skin worship. It's idol worship.
should never forget what happened to Israel and then turn around and say we should just forget what happened to Israel. So my question still stands. How do you care about the state of Israel and then turn around and not care about the state of Israel? How do believers...
And this is what's funny, right? She actually believes, think about this now. She believes that she qualifies to go be with God just based on how she looks. There are people in China right now having church in the mountains, trying not to get caught. Do any of you all think that if black people had to serve God, had to follow Christ under persecution of death, that they would do it? Who believes that black people would risk their lives for the Bible? Who believes that black people would risk their lives to walk like Christ? Who believes that? I don't believe it. There are people in the world right now losing their life for the Bible, losing their life walking like Christ. There are people around the world right now losing their life in the name of Jesus, in the name of Yeshua. And now you got these black folks in America sitting up in their car, on their podcast, on shows, on street corners, talking about how they're the chosen people. Chosen for what? My thought is, if y'all are the chosen people, it's because y'all was the hardest to love. Y'all was the most, black people are the most difficult people for God to love. That's why y'all chosen. Because God is honorable. So God's like, if I can love them, I can love everybody else with no problem. And we all know that the fall of humanity came from a black man and a black woman, but more so the black man, Adam. It's foolishness. Right. Africans kill other Africans for being Christian. You are 100% correct. So again, who believes that black people would worship God at the threat of death? Nobody believes that. So these people are only doing this stuff because there isn't anything at stake. Once there's something at stake, you will see the masses of black people go to some weird stuff. This is the same young lady that was dating a guy for 3 weeks and didn't know he wasn't a believer. How do you date somebody for 3 weeks and not know they don't believe in God? Oh, okay. Let me guess. The house, the car, the clothes. Okay.
White person have anti-racist decolonial values, and yet their behavior still shows up in colonial ways. This speaks to the need of decolonial shadow work, because even while a white person may consciously reject the colonial capitalist patriarchy, may consciously believe in decolonization, because they have been programmed by this oppressive paradigm, because they have been indoctrinated by the colonial capitalist patriarchy, and because they also...
Man, listen, man, let me say something right now. I done seen this chick about 2 or 3 times. What makes you an expert on what white folks got to do? Just because you got the flute in the background playing and you got the feathers, you looking like Smokeahonis, what makes you an expert on what white folks got to do? Just because you're not white, it doesn't make you an expert on white people. This is insanity. This is insanity. Just because you're not white, it doesn't make you an expert on white people. You got your feather hanging, you got makeup on, you got the white man's makeup on, you got the white man's lip gloss on, you got the white man stuff on you, but you're telling the white people how they can be deprogrammed from being racist. Who are you? The audacity of these people thinking they got the right to tell white folks how to exist. In what world we living in? Just crazy. Bunch of word salad. And this is part of the anti-white movement. I'm going to play it again. But she's basically saying, even if a white person is against racism, they're still racist. So in other words, there's no hope for them. And remember what I'm telling you this right now. The majority of the world is people of color. White people make up about 10% of the world population. So just understand they are the minority. So just understand this anti-white movement has real life backing behind it. This woman supposed to be an expert, and I would love to see how she's qualified to tell white people what they should do. Y'all lucky I'm not white. Y'all listen. Y'all better thank God I'm not white. Because I'm telling you right now, if I was white, boy, listen, it'd be, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know, they got Taco Tuesday. I'd have privilege Tuesday. I would, privilege Tuesday. And I would post videos of how I'm doing better than most of y'all. That's what I would do. Let's continue.
A white person have anti-racist decolonial values, and yet their behavior still shows up in colonial ways. This speaks to the need of decolonial shadow work, because even while a white person...
This girl done said decolonial shadow work. So y'all want some white folks to do what? Let me guess. Come pay you thousands of dollars for you to do what? Tell them they racist? Have them smoke the peace pipe? Have them eat some raw buffalo meat? Eat a raw buffalo liver, smoke the peace pipe, and do what? Run around a campfire? Sleep outside, sleep in the tent? What do y'all want white folks to do to not be racist? Dear white people listening, do not fall for any of this nonsense. The first chance she can get at a white man, she gonna take him. You best believe that Smoker Honest, the first chance that she get at a white man, she gonna take it. She don't want Chief Lightfoot. She don't want Chief Chicken Wing. The first chance she gets at Brad or Ken, she gonna take him. Trust me. All these folks are the same. They idolize white people. It's no different than a sinner wanting God to change how he is to fit their life. They the same way. They want white folks to change to make them feel more comfortable. Decolonial shadow work. These folks just making up stuff. Let's continue.
May consciously reject the colonial capitalist patriarchy, may consciously believe in decolonization because they have been programmed by this oppressive paradigm, because they have been indoctrinated by the colonial capitalist patriarchy, and because they also carry colonial intergenerational trauma from their ancestors, their grandparents, and their parents, they still may show up in colonial ways. There is deep healing work that needs to be done to release these energetic imprints, to break this colonial cycle in the lineage, and to also heal from this deep pain.
Man, y'all weak. Y'all weak. You know all this stuff is proven. Y'all all scared of white people. If you really felt so deep, wage war then. If you really felt this strongly about all this colonial, patriarchal capitalism, all this stuff, then wage war. Why don't none of y'all ever go against white? Why don't any of these people ever go against white people? They want you to come to a class. They want you to give up your gun. They want you to do, but they never want to take the white folks head on. Why not? Why not? It's 2 billion people in China and they scared of white folks. It's 1 billion plus people in India, 1.5, they scared of white folks. It's 1 billion folks in Africa, they scared of white folks. Everybody's scared of white people. The world is 90% people of color and ain't nobody wage war against white. Oh, but you know what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna do it the back doorway. You're gonna use the media, you're gonna use the textbooks, you're gonna use the propaganda. You're going to do it the slick way, not the honorable way. See, back in the day, they would say, I want to challenge you to a duel. He might walk up to the guy, take his gloves off, slap him in the face with the glove, and then walk. That was a challenge. Slap him in the face with the glove. Y'all don't do white folks like that. Y'all go behind doors and sneak in secret meetings. Y'all don't do white folks like that. Y'all don't. Y'all are terrified of white people. You want white folks to come on your little reservation, where your little off, wherever you at, and you want them to sit there and listen to you complain about how bad they been. I wish I would. Dear white people, thank you. I like the old school white people, Colonel Sanders and them. When I watched Django, you know what I'm rooting for in Django? I was rooting for Mishore Candy. When I was watching Django, I was rooting for Mishore Candy. Candyland. That's what I was rooting for. He got them slaves fair and square. Then the German came in, ironically. The German came with Jamie Foxx trying to steal some slaves. It's bad business. I'm rooting for Mishore Candy. I'm not rooting for Jamie Foxx and that German dude. Talking about Native American. Them people came across the Bering Straits from Asia. They ain't no Native Americans, they Mongolians. They come from Asia. They Eskimos. The same people. They came across the Bering Strait, Alaska, and traveled down. They Asian. She ain't no Native American. Stop. Let's continue. Let's continue.
The thing the Lord said is this whole phrase by Issa Rae that a lot of people are latching on to, where she said she's rooting for everybody black. And the Lord said everybody in the kingdom of God is not black. Everybody that's a part of my kingdom is not just black people. So how are you rooting for everybody black when that means that you're not rooting for all the other people in my kingdom? The Lord said we can't be pro-black. We got to be pro-kingdom, pro-everybody. But if we're pro-black, that means we are anti-everybody else. If we're rooting for everybody black, that means we are not rooting for everybody else.
Now, when Issa Rae said, I'm rooting for everybody black, think about what that means. Think about what that means to say, if I have a t-shirt and it says, I support everybody black, nobody questions that statement. But if a white person puts, I support everybody white, people will say it was racist. So that means subconsciously, the general public believes that black is good and white is bad. Dear white people, do not apologize for what your ancestors did, because they're trying to convince you that your ancestors were worse than black folks' ancestors, and it ain't true. Everybody throughout history has dirt on their hands. Everybody. So white people were no worse than black people. No worse than the Asian people. No worse than the Hispanic people. No worse than any other group of people. No worse. This moral superiority that black folks have is false. And it's really satanic. It's satanic. Sundaya says they want the white erasure to be self-inflicted. In some ways, they are accomplishing that because too many white females talk like her. This is why I talk to white people and I tell white people, don't fall for this. Don't fall for this. They're trying to hold you all to a standard they don't hold anybody else to. Black folks hold white people to the standard of perfection, meaning a white person can't have a bad day. If a white person has a bad day, they're called racist. If a white person doesn't like somebody, they're called racist. If a white person has a preference, they're called racist. Don't fall for it. Y'all have done nothing wrong. And when I say nothing wrong, it's in context, meaning that y'all have done no more wrong than these black folks. Let's continue.
Else, and the Lord said, that's not kingdom. That's not the instruction of the Lord. That the Lord said is this whole phrase by Issa Rae that a lot of people are latching on to, where she says she's rooting for everybody black. And the Lord said, everybody in the kingdom of God is not black. Everybody that's a part of my kingdom is not just black people. So how are you rooting for everybody black when that means that you're not rooting for all the other people in my kingdom? The Lord said we can't be pro-black. We got to be pro-kingdom, pro-everybody. But if we're pro-black, that means we are anti-everybody else. If we're rooting for everybody black, that means we are not rooting for everybody else. And the Lord said, that's not kingdom. That's not the instruction of the Lord. That is not how that's supposed to go. Don't allow black culture to have you latch on to something that make you come up against me. That makes you come up against me. Because how do you know that the person that you're rooting for, just because they black, that means that they're in God? Who said that? The Lord said, who said that equivalency, black and God, that automatically went together? The Lord said, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. When it comes to a lot of these celebrities that we're rooting for, Oprah, Tyler Perry, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, all of these, Angela Bassett, all these people that we're celebrating, that we're automatically rooting for, the Lord said, these people ain't with me. These people don't know me. These people have rejected me consistently. These people.
Imagine black people telling you that you got to support somebody because they black and that person worships Satan. Imagine black people telling you that you got to support somebody even though they worship Satan. Even though you know they are part of this wicked agenda, you got to support them because they're black. Simulated Student says, these people don't want white people to go away. They can't exist without white people. It's like the Joker and Batman in Dark Knight. Batman gave the Joker purpose. If white people tried to leave America tomorrow, you would see black folks unify. That spaceship would not be able to take off. If white people said, y'all are right, y'all can have it, we gone, black people would throw a fit. Black people got mad when white people left the community and then got mad when they returned. You can't please black people. You know why? Because it's satanic. What black people are asking for is satanic and demonic, because what they are asking for is a godless society. What they're asking for is to allow Satan to reign supreme. If you look at black culture for all that it is, imagine someone telling you we should let black culture reign supreme. Satan. And again, to identify with being black and not Christ, you're already worshiping Satan, because the black ideology was given to you by Satan. Satan said, call yourself black. You are black. So that means identifying as black is anti-God. And black folks have gotten so blasphemous to where they say God is black. Well, if God is black and I'm black, then I'm a God. Let's continue.
People are heavily operating in the kingdom of darkness, but because they're black, hey, we rooting for everybody black. And the Lord said, that's not me. That's not the instruction of the Lord.
Paul says that's why we have Black History Month, Hispanic History Month, now LGBTQIA Month. But if whites want a White History Month, all hell would break loose. Exactly. Because again, this is really an anti-God movement, but they're using white people to push the movement. All of this is about God, them going against God. So what they're doing is they're putting up whiteness representing God. So their thoughts are, if we can get the people to get rid of white people, then we'll get rid of God. Because what white folks represent is structure, stability, principles, character. That's what white people represent. How do we know this? Because black people and everybody else always run to white folks when they want something to get done. When people go to white people, they expect it to happen. Nobody goes to a white establishment or a white institution and expect it not to run perfectly. Nobody. You walk into a black college, you expect it to be messed up. You walk into a white college, you don't. So everybody already has a godlike expectation of white people. They already have it. When you see white folks running something, you expect it to be perfect. Just look at what black folks complain about. They expect perfection from white people. And they believe that white people are actually good. You know why I say that? Because even though black people know that people like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris aren't good for them, they still believe that white folks will only go so far. All this rhetoric about white being bad is just a false narrative. It really is. It really is. Their main goal, again, is to get rid of God. And they're going to use the attack against white to do it. So when you see anti-white, all you're really seeing is anti-God. Let's continue. Let me. Let me start with, let me do this one right here. Shoot.
Nothing happened to him.
I'm trying to put these videos in order because they're all the same length.
Okay, white people, I need you to explain something to me. And this is nothing against Palestinians, so I don't need y'all to get all, your panties in the wad. Just chill out. I just gotta ask my white Americans a question. Now, Palestinians are protesting, right? They done been to the president's house in Delaware. Nobody got slammed. Nobody got mace. Nothing happened to them. Palestinians went to the White House, spray painted all on the walls, harassed the Secret Service. Nothing happened to them. They didn't get maced. They didn't get slammed on the ground. No dogs came to bite. Palestinians protesting in the middle of the street, fighting. Cold breakout fights. Nothing happened to them. No mace. No dog bites. No slam down on the ground. Completely nothing happened to them. Maybe a couple of people got arrested, but nothing physically happened to them. Palestinians was in New York, the Mecca of New York, saying that they was going to do something to the American people, threatening the American people. Nothing happened to them. No mace, no slam down on the ground, no dogs being called. Nothing happened to them physically. But when African Americans protested for the George Floyd situation.
Let me play another video because I want you to play the full video. I'm finna get into him real quick.
Okay, white people, I need you to explain something to me. And this is nothing against Palestinians, so I don't need y'all to get all, you know, your panties in the wad. Just chill out. I just gotta ask my white Americans a question. Now
I want you to think about this right now, right? You notice that black people make videos talking to white people as if they're talking to God. Like, think about it. Like, he's making a video talking to white people as if they're God. He's asking them, why are y'all allowing this? Why? So he's already assuming that they're in control and in charge. He's already making the assumption that white people are in control and in charge. So again, I told you, they expect perfection. Let's continue.
Palestinians are protesting, right? They done been to the president's house in Delaware. Nobody got slammed. Nobody got maced. Nothing happened to them. Palestinians went to the White House, spray painted all on the walls, harassed the Secret Service. Nothing happened to them. They didn't get maced. They didn't get slammed on the ground. No dogs came to bite them. Nothing happened to them. Palestinians protesting in the middle of the street, fighting. Cold breakout fights. Nothing happened to them. No mace. No dog bites. No slam down on the ground. Completely nothing happened to them. Maybe a couple of people got arrested, but nothing physically happened to them. Palestinians was in New York, the Mecca of New York, saying that they was going to do something to the American people, threatening the American people. Nothing happened to them. No mace, no slam down on the ground, no dogs being called. Nothing happened to them physically. But when African Americans protested for the George Floyd situation, they got maced, they got slammed down on the ground. All types of stuff happened to them where they had to go to the hospital.
Now, this is what black people do well. What black folks do well is just lie. Because none of this stuff can sound good if it's spoken in truth. This video, it's a duet video, but the person in the video is Minister Church. He's actually on IG, and this is YouTube. I tagged his YouTube on the page, the Minister Church. But you know, he's a good brother to follow. A lot of funny content and good content. But I responded on this video that he put up, and what the guy is saying sounds good. It just sounds good. It's not truthful. During the George Floyd riots, you can't name a black person that got arrested. I can name you white folks that got killed. I can name you black folks that got killed by black people. You can't name no black folks that got arrested during the riot. They were actually shipping folks in to riot and protest. They were actually setting bricks on street corners for black folks to tear stuff up. So this notion that black folks were done wrong is ridiculous. It's not true. 48% of the businesses that were destroyed, 48% of the businesses that were destroyed during the George Floyd protests were black businesses. Now ask yourselves a question. Why would almost half of the businesses that were destroyed be black businesses if it was black folks fighting against oppression and racism? They were literally allowed to tear these cities apart. Here in Atlanta, I had some friends that are officers, and they told me they were instructed to let these folks do whatever till 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, the state troopers come in and get everybody out. So they were letting black folks protest from sun up to sundown with no problem, and giving them bricks to tear stuff up. So this notion that the Palestinian got treated better than black folks is a lie. It's just not true. You can't name nobody black that got arrested for protesting. But let's go to January the 6th. Let's go to the Capitol. How many white folks got arrested? If we go to the Capitol, how many white folks is in prison today from walking through the Capitol? Just walking through. This is crazy. This is a communist tactic. And this guy talking doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just making stuff up. Black folks have been allowed to protest since the 60s, since the 50s. Anytime black folks get upset and throw a tantrum, they're allowed to tear people's property. The girl that got arrested in New York, Meatball, she started a riot in New York. All the damage, she riled the troops up to tear stuff up. She got a lawyer. Who you think's paying for the lawyer? And she's claiming racism. How much you want to bet she doesn't go to jail? How much you want to bet she doesn't go to jail? I played videos on my channel showing black people getting caught with bricks in the car and not going to jail. Doing all kinds of crimes with no consequence. So what's happening is there's reality taking place and it's black folks living in La La Land like it's 1960. Just not true. Black people are allowed to do what they want to do when they get upset. All in the name of racism. So let's say, for example, Donald Trump becomes president in 2024 and black folks tear the streets up. They're not finna get arrested and locked up. You heard what Kamala Harris said. She said, even after we win the election, they should still keep protesting and rioting. Why would she say that? Why would the vice president say, even after the election, they should continue to protest, to riot, and loot? This whole notion that black folks are being mistreated is a lie. Nothing supports it. You can't find a news station to say anything negative about black people. None. Most of the time, if it's somebody black doing something wrong, they don't even mention the race. Remember when the guy ran through the parade in Wisconsin? And the media said he was being chased by the police. The guy ran through the parade, killing men, women, and children, and the media said he was being chased by the police. I said, boy, that's cold. Ain't nobody bothering black people. Black people have free reign to cause all kind of chaos and destruction. Let's continue.
And they got arrested including that. So I need to ask my white people, why are the Palestinians are able to do what they doing, but black people get the beat down?
It was white people destroying property during BLM, and I was attacked during the first movement. White people at the BLM rally share the same brain as the black people. The white liberal and the black person are the same person. They both black. So the white liberals were tearing up stuff with black people. We're not going to do that. We're not going to say that it was just white people tearing stuff up. No, those are your allies. The black ally is the white liberal. So you can't say white liberals. No, y'all didn't stop them. Y'all didn't stop them. So don't tell me about what white folks did. Those are y'all white people. The white liberal. Telling y'all to crash out. telling y'all to crash out. How is it that black people fall for every banana in the tailpipe? How is it that I can see through all of this stuff and black people can't see it? They want y'all to defund the police, not because they bad. They want you to have a militarized government police force to implement martial law and curfews and lockdowns so they can control you easier. What I just said is so hard for the average black person, even they can't even grasp that concept. They cannot grasp the concept that Joe Biden would say, I want to be able to lock them people down when I felt like it. They can't even fathom that. Let's continue.
I mean, I'm kind of confused about this, so I don't need my Palestinians to get upset about this. I'm just asking my white Americans, why is it a difference?
It's not a difference. The difference is black people voted for all this stuff in record numbers. Black people voted for all of this in record numbers. That's all. Black people voted for this. So if you want to blame somebody, don't blame the Palestinians. Blame yourselves because y'all voted for this. Because y'all voted for this. It's in them of communism. And black folks can't see it. Black people cannot see the forest through the trees. It's communism. Juicy Smollett lied, got caught lying, and got off. The little girl that said she got abducted, she ain't finna get in trouble. And all of this stuff is done to get white folks upset. Because the goal is to get white people to lash out. That's the goal. To get white folks to say enough is enough. That's what they want, because they want the guns. So they want white people to jump and do something crazy so they can go after the guns. That's what they want. But they're not going to do it. Because most white folks just mind their business. They're not going to do it. They're going to have to create a stage scenario. They're going to have to create something. It won't happen organically. Let's continue.
Why are they getting treated so much better than black people when it comes to the protesting and stuff like that?
Again, black people have been protesting for about 70-some years. Somebody said, so oppression is what blacks voted for, but not you. Again, this is listen. What's coming up now, the black man's going to be absent from this next fight coming up. He going to be in the way. Because most of these black men are emotional, ill-informed, misinformed, miseducated, cowardly. The majority of black men are going to be absent in this name. They're going to be on the wrong side of history. When all this stuff goes down, history is going to show the black man was weak. That's all it's going to show.
Help me out with this one.
So anyway, yeah. Yeah, he's just lying. It's not true. It just sounds good to say. And the problem is that black culture conditions someone to be intellectually lazy. So when black people go off of what sounds good, not the actual truth or the facts. So black folks will pick what sounds good over the truth. Most of the time, the truth is going to sound bad. Most of the time, the truth is going to sound very bad to you because your inclination, your flesh wants you to rebel against God. The truth is God. So your spirit is yearning for the truth, but your flesh is like, nah, I don't want it. So this guy's in the car going viral, talking nonsense. And we literally, in real time, saw black people tear up city after city after city with no consequence. Zero. But this is a Mr. Church vlog. Go to @Church Television and y'all go ahead and give him a follow. He's a good brother though. I didn't agree with this video because I know ain't nobody bothering black folks. If you don't believe me, you can go outside right now. You're going to see black folks on every billboard, on the sides of buses, trains going to, you're going to see black folks everywhere in society, overly represented at 13% of the population. Black people represented all over society on billboards, buildings, skyscrapers, black folks everywhere, getting praised and celebrated just for being black. Now, if you're Asian, you don't get credit for being Asian. You don't get credit for being Hispanic. You got to do something. Black is the only group of people that get credit for actually just being black. Remember that comedian said, "What do you do?" She said, "I'm black." She said, "What do you do as a profession?" The girl responded, "I'm black." Let's continue. Ain't nobody bothering the white criminals either. All I know is the white people went to January 6th, went to the Capitol, and they in prison. The white people went to January 6th. They had Antifa in there and the feds in there, but the majority of white folks was there outside, not doing nothing. And they went to prison. Black folks is actually tearing up businesses, destroying people's legacies and livelihoods, and ain't stepped one foot in a jail. Forget prison. They ain't even went to jail. Ain't no conspiracy to cover up black folks rioting and looting. It's a conspiracy to cover up January 6th. It's a conspiracy to cover up January the 6th. They went through great lengths to lie to the people. They showed you black folks tearing stuff up with no problem. When it came to January 6th, it was an extensive effort to get these white folks locked up. And somebody said 1,400 white people locked up. You can't name 14 people locked up for these riots and protests in the black community. I said it. I said it. Okay, let's continue.
I'm at town to go around. Ooh. Yeah. Can I my red light? No. Go ahead. See, you trying to see me, you trying to see me, and you trying to say what's up. Go. Downtown, going downtown. Ooh, all right.
As fucked up as it is that these little girls know the words to these damn songs, bro, that is all the goddamn parents, bro. Because there ain't no fucking way a little pre-K student is going to know the words to a song that they parents not aware of, bro. That's all the fucking parents' fault, dog. That's so fucked up, bro. Parents out here breeding the next generation of hoes.
Who is who? Who is who? Right. I got a grown man on Instagram saying that black people gotta beg for finances from. Think about this now. Just think about this. He just said that white people are racist. Now he's saying he wants the racist white people to give him some money because he thinks his ancestors were enslaved. He doesn't have any proof. He just thinks they were enslaved. So he wants money from white people from an idea in his head. He didn't say create my own business. He didn't say leave a legacy. He didn't say honor my family name. He didn't say follow Christ. He said we got to go to white people to get the finances from slavery, but he can't even prove he was even a slave. He can't even prove that he was so he literally wants white people to go in their pocket and pull out some money to give to him for an idea that's in his head.
What's your song?
I'm at time to go around.
Ooh. Yeah.
Looking at my red light. No.
Go ahead.
You're trying to see me, you're trying to see me, you're trying to say what's up.
Now, the whole class did a little, she can't even finish it out, but the whole class, now listen now. ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. Now listen, you know that the majority of black children are not on grade level, K through 12. The majority of black children are not on grade level. So I'm trying to understand. Now, when black folks got out of slavery, they was building colleges. Now, out of slavery, they can't read. I'm going to say it again. When black folks were getting out of slavery, they were building colleges. Now, out of slavery, they can't read. So we can go ahead and say that the reason why black folks can't read is not because of slavery. During slavery, black folks got married almost 100%. Now black folks get married at 30%. So we can agree that slavery is not causing black folks not to get married. So my point is that all the ills in the black community today are caused by black community today, not slavery. Because we can show you so many advancements from the 1865 to about 1970. We can show you black folks doing like this, trajectory-wise, going like this. I'm going to find the statistic, though, but they said during the height of redlining, black folks bought the most homes. You listen, I don't believe this stuff. Because when I go to the numbers, it doesn't support it. We went to the numbers a couple of months ago, and we already established that black people that are 18 years or over, 58% of black people 18 years or older own a home. That's almost 60% of black adults own a home. And then Jamal Bryant got on the podium at church and said 8%. Nobody got mad at him. Nobody cross-referenced what he said. Nobody could. Come on. Come on. Let's continue.
Downtown, going downtown.
Ooh, all right.
As fucked up as it is that these little girls know the words to these damn songs, bro, that is all the goddamn parents, bro. Because there ain't no fucking way a little pre-K student is going to know the words to a song that they parents not aware of, bro. That's all the fucking parents' fault, dog. That's so fucked up, bro. Parents out here breeding the next generation of hoes.
Black culture, though, you can do it. Because in black culture, that's cute. And the little girl, the first little girl, let me show it to you real quick. She knows that there's bad words. Let me show you. Watch.
What's your song?
I'm at time to go around.
Ooh.
Now she knows the next line that she knows the words to. My blank is pink, my booty hole brown. She knows that line, but she knows she can't say it. So even the baby knows the song is wrong. Because she's thinking in her head, if I say it, I'm going to get in trouble. So even the baby knows that the song is wrong. Look at her. She's looking up. I can't say this next verse. I'm out of town, thugging with my rounds. My blanket's pink, my booty hole brown. The little girl knows the next line, but she knows she can't say it. Even the babies know it's wrong. So that means that this stuff is being forced on the children by the parents. Welcome to Black culture. That means that this stuff is being forced onto the children by the parents. Welcome to Black culture. Let's continue. Y'all like, Blanche, how you know the lyrics?
Take a look at this clip. All right, so let's take a look at this clip. Really good parenting advice.
If you want to produce high-achieving students, we identified 5 common characteristics. First of all, in the high-achieving homes, these parents believe that the world's going to be better for their children. You know, in some homes, the parents are already downtrodden, already beaten, and they transmit a dismal attitude to their children. But not in high-achieving homes. These parents say, well, it may not be all what I want it to be, but it's going to be better for my children. They first of all transmit hope. Secondly, in high-achieving homes, these parents are consistent with their children. You know, in some homes, mama got one rule on Monday, another rule on Wednesday. Yeah. Not here. There's consistency. Third, in the high-achieving homes, these parents are complimentary to their children. You know, in some homes, every other word is 4 letters. Not here. These parents praise their children. Fourth, in the high-achieving homes, these parents give their children high expectations. And then last but not least, besides transmitting hope, being consistent, being complimentary, giving high expectations, these parents believe that they are the primary educators of their children.
If you follow those 5 things, your kids will be great, God willing. Number 1 that I see a lot of truthers fail at is the belief that the future will be better for your children. This reminiscing of how great it used to be and how the New World Order is coming, that fucks them over. Don't do that to them. All right, so let's take a look at this clip. Really good parenting advice.
If you want to produce high-achieving students, we identified 5 common characteristics. First of all, in the high-achieving homes, these parents believe that the world's going to be better for their children. You know,
the first thing is belief. I would say belief in God. I would say believe in God, you know, God, man, woman, child. But I would say the first thing is belief, faith. These are things that are essential for a parent to have when raising children, because the relationship with God will determine the parenting. Again, we know that Black culture is anti these 5 things, and I would add a 6th thing on number 6 for me would be no excuses. Good parents don't make excuses; they get it done. Let's continue.
Some homes, the parents are already downtrodden, already beaten, and they transmit a dismal attitude to their children. But not in high-achieving homes. These parents say, well, it may not be all what I want it to be, but it's going to be better for my children. They first of all transmit hope. Secondly,
so, and I would also say that if the parent feels oppressed, then they're going to make the children feel oppressed too. So in my worldview, if a person says that they're oppressed, they shouldn't have children, because to me, that's being selfish. If you feel that you're oppressed, why would you have children? Why would you birth something into the same oppression that you're under? It's ridiculous. So I would say that if you feel oppressed, you shouldn't have any children. The fact that you're having a child makes me believe you don't believe you are oppressed, because why would you do it? So I'm going to say it again. If you feel oppressed, do not bring a child into your oppression. The child didn't ask to be here, so do the honorable thing and not have a child.
In high achieving homes, these parents are consistent with their children. You know, in some homes, mama got one rule on Monday, another rule on Wednesday. Yeah. Not here. There's consistency. Third.
Consistency. Being consistent. That means you have to have some kind of process in place. There has to be some kind of structure and order and a process in place. Consistency. These are really godly principles right here, though. Being the same way all the time. When your child comes home, the household is consistent. There's no strange person in the house. The lights cut on when you hit the switch. The heat works. The water's running. When you go to the house, it's not chaos. It's peace. Consistency. Children need consistency. If black folks are calling themselves oppressed, then they're chaotic. It's a chaotic household. Let's continue.
In the high achieving homes, these parents are complementary to their children. You know, in some homes, every other word is 4 letters. Not here. These parents praise their children. Fourth, in the high achieving.
And praise their children doesn't mean praise them because they're black. You praise them because they're achieving. Let the praise be warranted. You can love your children, of course. But when it comes to praising your children, let it be for something they're actually doing, not just because they're black. This is foolish. But again, it's going to be very hard to parent if you feel like you're oppressed. I don't believe that most black folks make good parents because most black folks feel they are oppressed. Black culture does not promote good parenting. It just doesn't. You can get mad all you want. It just doesn't. Black culture does not promote good parenting.
Homes, these parents give their children high expectations. And then last but not least, besides
high expectations, that goes against blackness and black culture, because black culture says you are oppressed. And if you are oppressed, then that means the bar and standards are already lowered. This is why black folks are trying to do this CRCT thing. I'm sorry, CRT. Affirmative action, CRT, reparations, pass this bill, pass that bill, government assistance. Because black folks don't believe they measure up. Even the ones that achieve act like it's an anomaly. Like I made it by the grace of God. Well, you did make it by the grace of God, but you also had some standards too. You worked hard. You studied. You were consistent. You actually displayed divine traits to achieve. Now, we give God all the glory and all the credit and all the honor. I'm just saying, though, you achieving in life isn't a shot in the dark. It's not out of nowhere. They make you believe that when black folks achieve something, it just happens like it's a miracle. It's not, no. They exercise certain principles to be successful. Hopefully started with following Christ. Let's continue.
Transmitting hope, being consistent, being complimentary, giving high expectations. These parents believe that they are the primary educators of their children.
If you follow those 5 things, your kids will be great, God willing. Number 1 that I see a lot of truthers fail at is the belief that the future will be better for your children. This reminiscing of how great it used to be and how the New World Order is coming, that fucks them over. Don't do that to them.
Excuse his language. But he has a good channel too. The guy that spoke in the end. This video right here is going viral.
Thing that's heart-wrenching is horrifying. It is horrifying. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Pound Town and Ski Yee. Your daughters, your 5-year-old daughters are asking, can we hear Pound Town? I'm playing them Princess Tiana ballet music. And they are asking me, can we hear Pound? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Now, Mr. Church says that the parents go off on her for checking their children, but I already know, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. When black women see this girl, they already don't like her. She light skinned, she got her edges, she cute, they don't like her. She light skinned, she got her edges, and she cute, they don't like her. And the fact that she's speaking with character about how they're corrupting their children make them hate her even more. So I already know they hate her for talking. Let's continue.
And I'm so scared for these little girls today because this is the most insane agenda push I have ever seen in my life. We do freeze dance. You guys' daughters are twerking at 5. 5. Where's the parenting? Where's the boundaries? Where's the help? Y'all are not helping your kids.
Now, y'all do know that when you hold black folks accountable, you start to look white to them. When you hold black folks accountable, you start looking white. If you notice, that's the one thing that black people hate culturally is accountability. So the fact that she's going viral from this video and the parents know it's true, they're going to hate her. Instead of the parents say, you know what, you're right. My 5-year-old child should not know Pound Town. She shouldn't know how to twerk. Instead of the parents saying it, they don't get mad at her. She light-skinned, she cute, she got her edges, and she care about children. Black women are enraged with her. Enraged. And she's skinny. I said it. I said it.
You're hurting them. You guys are hurting them. I come every day dressed, ready to go, and I'm in school too. I'm in college. I mean, I put bows in my hair. I'm wearing leotards. I'm trying to get them interested in like proper things for their age, and you guys are
that little statement right there. I got bows in my hair. I'm wearing leotard. They hate her. You see, I say the stuff that's in the black mind. I just say it out loud because I am an expert in dealing with black folks. You know, some people are experts in, you know, archaeologists, people are expert with animals, you know, zoologists, insects, entomologists, you know, people are engineers. I'm an expert in black people. I'm an expert. I can throw a stimulus out there and tell you how black folks are going to respond. I know black people. I've studied them. I've grown up with them. I know them to a T. And I know when they saw this girl on this video, it sent rage through them. Rage. She got her own hair. Rage. Let's continue.
exposing your kids to this raunchy secular music. Why is you guys' 5-year-old's daughter singing Pound Town?
Miss Goldie. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Let's continue, though.
Everybody's finished. Everybody, I don't give a fuck. Don't you finish on my give my boss. I don't give a fuck. Out of here. I'm on the phone with the cops. Report Ashley. Report Ashley. I'm on the phone with the cops. The fuck? I'm waiting for my money back and nobody wants to give me my money back. Everybody's finished. Everybody, I don't give a fuck. Don't you finish on my give my boss. money back, officer. No one wants to give me my money back. Andre is keeping my money, everything. It's my car and I need my money. I told her to wait. I don't give a fuck about who wait about what. I told her to shut up. I told her to wait. She was next, and I was going to give her her money back. She doesn't understand.
Now the manager is saying, I was going to give her her money back. I told her to wait. She making a scene. Now the guy in the now they in the Popeye, so her behavior is normal. Like I'm telling you, I study these people. So, and this is the natural habitat for the Negro is the Popeyes eating establishment, and you can see she's in there with Crocs on and tights. This is traditional garb for the Negro, hair wrapped, traditional. She's in the Popeyes and she's upset because either her order was wrong or the folks behind the counter are not black. You're going to hear her explain her frustration, but the young man that's with her is usually what the black man is, and he sits back in the behind her, allows her to be belligerent as he sits and observes, and then he interjects only to support what she's doing. He can't put his foot down. This is the problem with the black community is that the man is in a position of leadership. There's no way I'm with a woman and she doing that. It's impossible. There's no way I'm with a woman and she acting like that. It ain't gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So, but again, let's continue.
Okay. The fuck? That's not racist. I said don't speak Spanish over my food. You spitting in my food. What if you told to spit my food in Spanish? I don't want y'all speaking Spanish over my food.
So her complaint is that she doesn't want the Hispanic workers to speak Spanish over her chicken is going to give her cancer and diabetes and high cholesterol. She doesn't want them speaking Spanish over her food. And you tell me black folks ain't privileged? Y'all, hold up. Y'all are telling me black folks ain't privileged? She telling the whole restaurant, the staff, to not speak Spanish when she's in there. And you say black folks ain't privileged? Let's continue.
You don't like me. I don't want the food. I want my money back, and they're not giving it back to me. Yeah. Everybody's Spanish. Everybody, I don't give a fuck. Don't give Spanish over my boss. I don't give a fuck. Fuck out of here. I'm on the phone with the cops. Report Ashley. Report Ashley. I'm on the phone with the cops. The fuck?
Now, the Negro is very peculiar because although the Negro claims to hate the police, when they get frustrated at an establishment, they will also call the same police they hate to do something about what's going on. So it's kind of funny that the Negro believes on one hand that the police are going to treat them unfairly, but then miraculously treat them fairly when they have a complaint. This doesn't make any sense, but this is how the Negro mind works. And it's just when the Negro gets upset, it doesn't matter how trivial the thing is. So in this case, she's probably upset over a 3-piece biscuit, fries, and one of them pies or something. But we know it's a very small thing because it's Popeye, so it's only so much it could be. But the Negro will get upset at anything, even the 3 pieces of chicken. So let's continue.
I'm waiting for my money back, and nobody wants to give me my money back, officer. No one wants to give me my money back. Andre is keeping my money, everything. It's my car and I need my money. I told her to wait. I don't give a fuck about who wait about what. I told her to shut up. I told her to wait. She was next.
Now the manager told her to wait because I know what she did. I mentioned the entitlement. So I know that there are customers in line and she wanted him to not, because I've seen this happen. Listen, this is what black folks do. Now I want you to stop what you're doing to give them what they want. So if you got somebody in line placing their order, she wants you to cancel their order, move them out the way, bring her to the front. I know what she wanted. I know he told her to wait. I got you. You can get your money back. You got it. And she said, no, I want it now. He said, wait. She's like, no, I want it now.
And I was going to give her money back. She doesn't understand that. Fuck all of y'all. Okay? The fuck, that's not racist. I said don't speak Spanish over my food. You spitting in my food. What if you told her to spit in my food?
She said, I'm not racist. I just don't want you all speaking Spanish over my food. Let's continue.
Spanish. I don't want y'all speaking Spanish over my food. Because you don't like me. I don't want the food. I want my money back. And they're not giving it back to me.
Now she on the phone with 911. Now it's somebody on 911 right now trying to call in. Somebody having a heart attack. It's somebody calling in right now that just been robbed. It's somebody calling out a child or something. It's people calling 911 with some real emergencies, and she tying up the phone lines over a 3-piece mashed fries, coleslaw, and one of them pies, and a sweet tea lemonade mix. She tying up the phone lines because she want her change back from Popeyes. Jesus ain't black, and you ain't either. And you ain't either.
Hair in braids has been one of the most liberating things that I've done in a really long time. And it makes me wonder why I didn't have the courage to do it sooner. I haven't had a relaxer in about a year. I don't even know this hair. I've cut all my hair off before. My hair actually fell out. That's a whole different conversation.
That's the former mayor of Atlanta. I'll play it again.
Wearing my hair in braids has been one of the most liberating things that I've done in a really long time. And it makes me wonder why I didn't have the courage to do it sooner.
Now, this is the former mayor of Atlanta. She pretty much was the catalyst for the destruction of Atlanta. Now it's over, but she's talking about it took her courage to get braids. Think about this now. It took her courage to put braids in her hair. This is the narcissism of blackness. Who cares about your braids? Why is your braids linked to courage? Why is doing your hair linked to courage? I wear my hair with pride. What are y'all talking about? It's foolishness. It's idol worship. Black folks worship their skin, their hair, the melanin. It's idol worship. Who cares about you, Keisha bald-headed Lance Bottoms? Keisha bald-headed at the bottom. Lance at the bottom. It's a big deal because you got braids. You done had some kind of milestone you achieved. I wore braids, y'all. I'm courageous. This is foolishness. This woman destroyed Atlanta. She destroyed it.
I haven't had a relaxer in about a year. I don't even know this hair. I've cut all my hair off before. My hair actually fell out. That's a whole different conversation.
Foolishness. I had to have courage to get braids. No, you just bald-headed. That's all. You said your hair fell out. You bald-headed. I haven't had a relaxer. You thought she was going to say, I haven't had a relaxer in 20 years.
Wearing my hair in braids has been one of the most liberating things that I've done in a really long time. And
Braids made her feel liberated. Listen, when I tell you this black thing is satanic and demonic, she said wearing braids made her feel liberated. Liberated for what, ma'am? For what?
It makes me wonder why I didn't have the courage to do it sooner.
The courage to wear braids. It's a white woman right now, just beat cancer and ain't got no hair. Still getting up, going to work. She ain't getting a pat on the back. She ain't getting a good job, girl. She ain't getting no. It's a white woman right now that's just beat cancer, still going to the gym, working like, and ain't getting no credit. Keisha Lance Bottoms is getting credit. Keisha Lance at the bottom is getting credit for putting braids in her hair.
I haven't had a relaxer in about a year. I don't need.
This woman said, I haven't had a relaxer in about a year. Man, what are you talking about? You thought she was going to say 20 years? 30 years? She said a year. Oh, I'm done. I'm done with her, man. I'm done. One more video. I'm done. I'm trying to find this video of this young lady speaking. I mean, is this it? That's not it. That's not it. Oh, where is that? Is this it?
Over to the sea, Palestine will be free.
It's not it either. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to. I don't see the clip. I don't see the clip. Yeah, I don't see it. I thought I saved the clip, though. I don't know why I don't see it. Oh, you know what? My bad, y'all. I got it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I got it right here. I'm sorry. I got it. I'm sorry. I got 2 more clips to show. I'm sorry. Let me find it real quick. I'm in the right folder now. I'm just trying to find it. Here we go. Got it.
Thing about black women, though, black women have the best bodies, some of the most beautiful faces. If they just sometimes were a little more soft,
Okay.
they would be the winning race, yo. Like, why?
So why do you think they're not soft?
I'm personally not black, so I have no idea. But they have the best bodies and like the best faces, honestly, in my opinion. Like, yo,
Black women
are winning in so many ways. The upbringing. Can I say one thing about black women, though? Black women have the best bodies, some of the most beautiful faces. If they just sometimes were a little more soft,
Okay.
they would be the winning race, yo. Like,
so there's this thing where you can get brownie points by giving platitudes to black people, especially black women. 81% of black women are obese and overweight. 81% of black women are obese and overweight. Matter of fact, the only group that's above black women are the Pacific Islanders. And they're just already big anyway, though. So, but 81% of black women are obese or overweight. 81%. So this black women's bodies things is a little kind of, you know, we passed that stage now. We passed that. But notice the criteria that she gave. She gave best bodies and best faces. She didn't mention anything about character. She didn't mention anything about a virtuous woman, being a good woman. She mentioned everything that was aesthetics. This is the problem, is that black women have put themselves in a box where they are just either the poster children for diabetes and high cholesterol or for sex. When she looks at black women, she's seeing aesthetics. She's not seeing virtue or character or honor. She said, be a little bit softer. What does that mean? That means be humility. Humility. She said softer. She did say softer. But that's about humility. But at the same time, though, that's not a trait that black women possess, though. What I'm saying is when she described black women, she didn't mention anything about character. Her advice to black women is character, is to be softer, which means, i.e., be more submissive, i.e., be more humble, i.e., you ain't a queen, you ain't a goddess, i.e., you got to earn it. But if you go to the comments of this clip, everybody's mad because she's not black and she's saying this. Dear black women, y'all get married at 27%. So if black men can't give y'all advice, then who can? You're not going to listen to white people, so cancel them. Cancel black men. Who can give you all advice on how to get married if it ain't them two groups?
Why so white they're not soft?
I honestly, I'm personally not black, so I have no idea. But they have the best bodies and like the best faces, honestly, in my opinion.
Now everybody's mad at what she says. Think about this now. She's saying black women got the best this and best that. If you go to the comments, and I bet on this panel, all they heard was not soft. So in other words, black women are saying we only gonna take perfection. If you're not calling us perfect, we ain't listening, i.e. queen, i.e. goddess. And she told him some good advice. She said, be softer. But she doesn't realize that being softer means they got to be humble. The 4 pillars that plague the black community, the first one is that black people are emotionally unintelligent. The second pillar is that black men suffer from arrested development. The third pillar applies to black women. Black women are not humble. Black women lack humility. And the fourth is that black children don't have any identity. Those are the 4 pillars that plague the black community. And to fix those is going to take God. So I don't know how they're going to fix it.
Like, yo,
Black women
are winning in so many ways. The upbringing.
So my question, in what ways are black women winning? In what ways? We've gone through the numbers on this show. In what ways? When it comes to education, black women are neck and neck with Hispanic women. They're not close to Asian, not close to white. We've done the numbers. So just tell me, in what ways are black women winning? Black women are the most single mothers. They have the highest population of single mothers. They are the most obese. Talking about in the continental U.S., in America, 81% obese. The least likely to get married. The most likely to get divorced. And the least likely to get picked in online dating. Just tell me where black women are winning. So when you say the black women are winning, that means there's no room for improvement. There's no room for improvement. There is no way to tell somebody they're a god and they still be humble. If you tell your woman that she's a god or a goddess, it's over. Black women are the only group of women in the world that get called queen. Think about this. Black women are the only group of women in the world that get called queen, but yet they get married the least. Make that make sense. No other group of men culturally call the women queens. Black women get called queens culturally, and they are literally the least likely to get married and the most likely to get divorced. Somebody lying. Somebody's lying. Let's continue.
Hop has been around for 50 years. Not a single hospital, not a single school, not a single bank, not a single supermarket, not a single distribution company. How can we call hip hop a blessing to the black community when that type of money being made off of our culture and the community doesn't benefit from it at all? So you come to the community and give out a few turkeys. You come to the community and give out a few pair of sneakers. You come to the community and you throw a couple parties. And in exchange for some damn turkeys and chickens and some sneakers, you push death and destruction on our children for a living. And we're supposed to be okay with that because you dropped off some clothes and some turkeys. It's not acceptable.
Now, y'all know that these folks be listening to me, right? Now, y'all know that all these folks listen to me, right? These people, they listen. Y'all know that these people listen to me. They wasn't talking like this. I'm the one that says the death, destruction, damnation by way of decadence. These folks are listening to me. I've been peeped though. It's been going on for years. I just want to say that they've been listening to me for years now. I just want to say that. I done seen many of your favorite influencers. I done seen when I put a video up, I see they talking points start to change. They start using my language. Yeah, they hide in the bushes. A broken clock is right twice a day, Sundai. It sure is.
Until hip hop begins to be a blessing for the black community, hip hop is an agent of white supremacy. And then the rapper will say, well, we didn't invent violence. You're right. You didn't invent violence. There was gang banging before hip hop. Okay. There was drug dealing before hip hop. There was black on black crime before hip hop. But let me.
Did you hear Umar Johnson just say black on black crime? Did you hear Dr. Umar Johnson just say black on black crime? Oh, it's a real thing? Black on black crime is a real thing? Oh, okay.
Tell you where hip hop is guilty. Hip hop glamorized it. Hip hop glorified it. Hip hop put a spotlight on negative aspects of black culture.
Well, first of all, let me say this. There is no such thing as black culture. There's no such thing as black culture. What we're calling black culture is a response from stimuluses that the system has given black people. And that response has created a culture. Without those responses, there wouldn't be any black culture. So black culture is the product of the powers that be. But black culture is also a product that is going to be used to take over the entire world. So there's no such thing as black culture. There is a response to propaganda. There's a response to programming. There is a response to misinformation. There's a response to miseducation, but there's no such thing as black culture. Just responses to stimuluses or stimuli that have been given by the powers that be. You know, those evil, wicked, satanic bloodline families. But I don't blame them though, because you still have free will. So nobody's forcing black folks to behave this way. Nobody forced black culture to be created in the black community. That was black folks doing on their own. So again, nobody's forcing black people to do anything. The system ain't doing it. Nobody's doing it. This is free. This is a free will experiment. Everybody gets up every morning and makes the same choices, whether they want to live or not live. But as Sundial said, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Hip hop has been around for 50 years. Not a single hospital, not.
So I'm going to just say this, right? And I said this on my last live, or live before last. What penance does the rapper have to pay? The rapper has glorified the death and destruction and damnation of the black community. What is the penance they have to pay? Why are these rappers not being held accountable? Why are these rappers not being called to task? You mean to tell me most of you rappers claim to have terrorized your communities? You say y'all was a stepper, y'all sold the most dope, y'all was spinning the block, y'all did all the women, got baby mom, y'all did all this stuff. And then when you make it to the top, you turn around and preach that same destruction to the children. My question for you all is, how can a rapper even make amends with what they've done? How can a rapper even make amends with what they've done? And most of these rappers aren't even getting paid. Most of these rappers aren't even getting paid. They're signed to a slave contract. So now you really got to ask, why are all these rappers selling their soul and selling their people out for nothing? Just for the fame? Again, most of these artists don't make any money because the contracts are not structured for them to make money. The contracts are structured for the record label to make money. Now imagine these rappers working for these Jews in the entertainment industry and getting paid nothing. And then y'all coming on my platform and calling me a sellout, a bootlicker, and a coon. Even if I was going to sell out and get it, sell my people out, if I was going to do it, I would get a check for it though. I'm going to get paid to do it. What y'all say? I'm going to get the bag. If I'm going to sell my people out, I'm going to get the bag. These people are selling out y'all's black community, preaching death, destruction, and damnation, and ain't making no money off of it. I don't know what you even call that. How can a rapper make amends for what they've done? The rapper is glorifying death, destruction, and damnation to even the children. How could they make amends for that? They can't. Jay-Z bragged about selling dope, and then he's bragging about buying paintings. Nowhere in his existence is there redemption. Nowhere. I don't want to hear about Meek Mill's prison reform or Jay-Z sitting down Robert Kraft, all these passing out lunches and backpacks and all that. I don't want to hear nothing about that stuff, man. How can these rappers make amends? How? These rappers are agents of destruction, agents of chaos, and nobody holds them to task. Black folks are more mad at Candace Owens, who has never told you all to destroy yourselves like a rapper has. Black folks are more upset with Candace Owens than these rappers preaching death, destruction, and damnation to their children. I don't listen to black people because at the core of the black existence, there's an excuse. There's an excuse. Listen, I love you all. I thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. I'm doing a part 3 on Monday. Jesus is not black. Yeshua is not black. And you are not black. But if there's no black, then there's also no white. You notice that racism only exists between two groups of people. The ones that they say are white and the ones that they say are black. And we all know the greatest threat to this global agenda is not black people. They said the greatest threat to everything is the white evangelical Christian male. Go figure. It ain't the mighty kings and the queens, it's white folks. It's white people. Because white people dare to go against what's going on. Black folks hate when I say it. They hate it, but it's true. White people are going against all this stuff. These past 3 years, whatever white folks did in the past, they good in my book. Dear white people, whatever y'all did bad in the past, or your ancestors did bad in the past, y'all are good with me. Y'all have gone above and beyond. Y'all have been fighting for our rights for the past 3 years. Y'all have been on the front lines, and I really appreciate y'all. I do. Thank you, dear white people, and thank God for white people too. Because if white people wasn't around, God forbid, if white folks wasn't around, the Great Reset would have happened 100 years ago. If white people were not around, the Great Reset would have happened 100 years ago. That'd make y'all upset, don't it, when I say that? Thank God for white people. Yeah, you got Snoop Dogg saying he's gonna quit smoking marijuana and he's getting credit. The same Snoop Dogg that was crip walking, promoting gangs at the Super Bowl, the same Snoop crip walking at the Super Bowl is the same one getting credit because he about to stop smoking weed. And then he go waterhead Meek Mill talking about he ain't gonna smoke weed because the doctor said he about to have emphysema. Snoop Dogg and Meek Mill are quitting smoking because of health problems. They have health problems. They ain't honorable. If Snoop Dogg and Meek Mill could smoke crack without a health defect, they would do it. If Snoop Dogg and Meek Mill could smoke crack without the public shame or health risk, they would do it. If they could smoke crack and keep their front teeth, they would do it. If they could smoke crack and not get strung out, they would do it. They would do it. So, again, how can a rapper make amends for what they've done? How? How can they make amends for what they've done? Jesus ain't black. Be black and go to heaven, you're not going to get in. Y'all think white folks is racist. Ain't nobody more racist than God. Because you can't get into heaven being black. Tell you that now. Y'all think white folks is racist. No, God is racist. You ain't get, go to heaven being black, see what happened to you. Go to heaven trying to be anything but a child of God and see if you get in. You won't even make it to even get to God. The angels in the parking lot of heaven will not let you even get up to the gates. You will not be able to be black and go to heaven. So you worry about white folks being racist. You ain't seen nothing yet. Try to go to heaven and talking about you black and all this, where the black folks at. You know, y'all can go, black folks go to heaven talking about where the black folks at, all the streets too clean, what we got to do. No, you ain't getting in. You ain't getting in. Bible say that heaven is the gates, one giant pearl, the gate, one big pearl, streets is translucent gold, many mansions. Y'all can't function in that. Black culture has no place in heaven. Zero. So if you think white folks is racist, try to go to heaven being black, patting your weave. You ain't gonna make it through the front gate to get you in the parking lot. Like, how'd you get here? How'd you even get up here? How'd you even get up here? So again, y'all ain't seen racism like you seen in the kingdom. No blacks allowed. Zero. Listen, I love y'all. I thank y'all so much. I didn't read the I could have swore I read an email, but I need to know the name of the person on the email because it's too many. I got too many emails. I went looking for it last time. I couldn't find it. So either email me again or email me the name, one of the two, so I can look at it. Because I don't want to keep ignoring your emails. Gabriel and them will be waiting to snipe. Listen. Y'all go to heaven trying to be black. Y'all gonna get cast down. Y'all gonna see all the biblical terms be put into play. Cast down, smited. You're gonna see all of them. Fire and brimstone, damnation, cast. It's gonna be all of them. You said B Kings asked a question. Who is B Kings? Oh, do you have a particular video of yours that you recommend as an intro to you? Not really. I would just say this one. I mean, I don't know. You can go back and look at some of my videos on YouTube. I don't really know. I don't know. But I would say all of them pretty much the same, with the same premise. But I want to say this before I go, is that we are to love each other, and we love each other not based on skin color, but based on our relationship with God. Are we walking like Christ or not? That's why we love each other. The Bible instructs us to love each other. And so that's what we should be doing. It shouldn't be based on skin color, nationality, or anything. We are all one in the body of Christ. To me, that's liberating in itself to not to be confined to a label. And so Jesus ain't black and you ain't black either. God ain't black. Ain't nobody black. Black is a tool of Satan. Anybody tell you otherwise is working for Satan. So I can tell when a person is truly talking to God and truly hearing from the Holy Spirit when they start rejecting these labels. when they start rejecting blackness. If you hold on to blackness, I know you're not hearing from God. When you are not rejecting blackness, you are not hearing from God. That's one of the first things God asks you to get rid of is being black. Because black has so much control over your life. Black controls how you worship, how you praise, how you go to church, how you go to work, how you interact with society. Like black controls every facet of your life. That would be the first thing that the Holy Spirit will reveal to you, is that being black is wrong. It's not of God. Not of God. You know? You haven't seen me on IG. Well, I haven't been going live on IG. I haven't been. I may start back next week. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, I love y'all. And again, our goal is to be of the body of Christ, not anything worldly. And being black is very worldly. It is the epitome of worldly, so much to the point where Satan wants the whole world to be black. So again, listen, I love you all. Thank y'all so much. And I will see you all on Monday. Thank y'all so much. Oh, my bad. Super stickers. Thank you, Jahan, for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Reed, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Y'all are a blessing. And thank you, Miss Rena Bina. Thank you so much. She says, let's hear it for Privilege Tuesdays. Thank you so much, Rena Bina. I appreciate it. Listen, I love y'all, and I thank y'all so much. And the goal is for us to come together and to be one in the body of Christ. And I truly love all of you all. I don't care how you look. I want you all to succeed and be blessed. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Have a good night. Love you too.